So I was just going through my mail today. I got a large stack of mail that all came in this Lipton tea box. So some people will be familiar with this concept, and the Tombstone pizza thing and all the little Lipton tea things that came with it, and pages and pages and pages of important information, including the answers to the postal exam. And also some Turkish rolling papers and various bits of junk mail. So this, so you can see kind of what my daily mail thing would go like. But one of my favorites is this Canon Connection that is annotated completely on every little piece of it. Well, happy March. This is kind of a crazy day because the wind is blowing about 45 miles an hour, I think. So I think it makes everybody a little bit on edge and a little bit crazy, really. There are a few things, though, that I want to mention today. First of all, just kind of a legislative update for those of you who haven't heard. The governor is working on the bills, and the budget has been signed. So what that means for higher education employees is that we've been allocated a 1.5% raise. Unfortunately, we've also been allocated a 0.6% increase in ERB contribution for employees. So if you do that very complicated math, it appears to me that we get a 0.9% compensation increase from the state. We, of course, are going to work on improving that compensation increase. So Debbie is working on the budget right now, and we'll have some sort of a proposal by the end of March so that we can take the budget to the board in April. But we should be able to work out something that is much better than 0.9%. I also want to mention that people have been asking about what's going on with the Petty Theater downtown, or what's not been going on with the Petty Theater downtown. And I'd like to inform everybody that we have a new architect working on the project, and so we're expecting to have new plans hopefully within the next week or two, and that we will be moving along with at least the kind of renovations that will allow us to get the theater open. We've had kind of a large bump in the road, kind of like a truck going off a cliff or something like that, with our plans and our architect moving on to other things. So hopefully we're on track now. I think that that should be working well. I think I've mentioned a little bit, but we're starting plans to start preparing for our 25th anniversary celebration, which will be basically all of next year. But it takes close to a year to plan for a year's celebration. So here's the thing that we're working on right now. I need to see this thing here. There was a plaque hanging on the wall over in Phase 6. This is down over by the old ITV area and the old testing area, back where I used to teach classes in 1993. Anyway, it says that there is a time capsule that's buried beneath the office vestibule that's supposed to be open September 18th, 2015. Here's the problem. No one can find the time capsule. So, is it under the false floor? Since there's a raised floor over there where all the computer stuff is. Is it buried in the concrete? Is it buried in the wall? Nobody seems to know. If anybody has any information about this time capsule, this is like driving me to distraction, because I can't believe that we would bury a time capsule underneath the concrete and then have to go back in and jackhammer the concrete, especially when we don't even know where it is. We're going to have to jackhammer maybe all of Phase 6 or something like that to be able to find the time capsule, which we will find. We may be creating a new time capsule with the kind of mail that I was just referring to a minute ago. Scott says it's sort of like Andy Warhol's time capsule, so I think that's probably true. Anyway, if anybody knows anything about the time capsule or has any kind of ideas about where this thing might be buried in the vestibule, it says beneath this office vestibule, and this was hanging on the wall inside where the testing office used to be, kind of deep in that little cavernous spot in Phase 6. Please either let me know or let Lisa know, and we'll see if we can try to find this thing. I want to remind everybody that TAP is Thursday night, so that's supposed to be a very entertaining show with lots of dancing and jumping and music and things like that. Very family oriented. That'll be at 7 p.m. in Marshall Auditorium. And then My Sinatra has been rescheduled to March 27th. Is that the right day? We think it's March 27th. Anyway, this performance was supposed to be in November, and the artist had a death in his family, so we've rescheduled it for March 27th. But that's supposed to be a fantastic show too. And then we will have community college events coming up in the month of April, which we will let you know more about as that time draws a little bit closer. And please remember, everyone, SkillFest is on Friday. It'll change your life. I don't know what else to say about it. Larry Powell used to always refer to it as the Festival of Skills, and so there will be all sorts of skills and all sorts of festivities. It will change your life. That's all I can say. As always, if I can do anything to help you, please let me know. I really appreciate the good work everyone is doing, batten down the hatches and survive the wind today. Thanks.